The atmosphere remains busy. An active weather pattern will continue for us this week. The first of two systems we'll talk about in this holiday edition, Sunday Sunset Q&A, is the radar. Getting active tonight, rain around town and points southeast of town, but north and east of town, north and west of town, that's where we could see some ice accretion. Some light ice accumulations with patchy freezing drizzle, patchy freezing rain. So there is a winter weather advisory north and west of town for this potential light icy accumulation. And there in Garrett County, western Maryland, an ice storm warning for heavier amounts of ice accumulation. But around town, no major worries, as this rain is going to stay rain. It will be above freezing. Here's Thursday. Late Wednesday into early Thursday is when we think we could see some snow begin around town. The wintry mix that envelops us, the timing's uncertain, the timing when the precipitation changes to sleet and freezing rain, it's all on the table. I slowed this loop down as much as I could, and we're not even sure if there's going to be a dry slot maybe at some point between the system starting late Wednesday, early Thursday into early Friday morning perhaps. So here it is, building with snow Thursday morning. The purple is sleet, and then the red we really don't want. That's freezing rain once again, perhaps ending on a light freezing rain note here around town early Friday. So keep that in mind. We have yet another system to watch after tonight's rain and light freezing rain north and west of town tonight, but we'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com on this system among all of our content on capitalweathergang.com. You can go to our latest forecast, cwg.news/latest. All this on Thursday's forecast here, cwg.news/Thursday mix. Go to that link for here. And then if you're looking at cwg.news/Texas cold, we have got the coverage of the Southern Plains extreme cold Arctic outbreak that's happening right now. So Kenny, thanks for tuning in. It is a little bit drizzly and chilly out here. I hope you don't have to head outside. Very good seeing you, Shannon. Any chance Fairfax County may have a snow day? Perhaps. We'll see if this, and it's one of those variables we listed in this article at cwg.news/Thursday mix. It could be a heavy snow Thursday morning. We could see a thump. It's on the table where we see temperatures a little below freezing, precipitation in the form of snow be heavy enough that we could see some delays and closings for things that are open on Thursday. Let's see, Catherine, thanks for tuning in. You're saying facetiously, perfect for first week back. And hey, from Alexandra, Aaron, good to see you. And Julie, at least I don't have to shovel the rain and freezing rain tonight, I guess you're talking about. Freezing rain, of course, staying north and west of town tonight. And good seeing you, Mayor Beth. You really want a good snowstorm, so do we. We don't want this wintry mix mess that might happen on Thursday as well. We are kind of on your page, especially when it turns into freezing rain. But please keep aware, Thursday is, as the National Weather Service indicates here, there's a very decent confidence of a very decent, moderate, maybe medium high impact for us on the day Thursday. So please consider staying inside on Thursday. Kind of plan ahead, reschedule things if you can. And I'm sorry, I've seen more and more notes of vaccines appointments. So I'm sorry to say, if you must do that on Thursday and there's no way to move things around, allow a ton of extra time. Please drive slowly, and other tips I'll go over later in this broadcast as well. But here's the forecast at a glance. Again, rain is moving in tonight, should move out tomorrow morning. We might see a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon, but there's gonna be times with some windiness, wind gusts around tomorrow. Wednesday, before the calm before the next storm, we could see some sunshine as well, but not as warm as Tuesday, which could be nice tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are unsettled, but once again, if we can get that final storm system in this active weather pattern moved out this week, we could dry out Friday afternoon for a chillier, sunnier, maybe yes, wind-chilled weekend, especially on Saturday. Hey Karen, you are going to drive on Wednesday and drive home Thursday early AM. If you can be in place wherever you need to be in our region along the DC-Baltimore corridor by late Wednesday night, I'd recommend maybe even aiming for 1 a.m. on Thursday morning. That might be best. Louise, indeed, tomorrow does look nice. Please get out and enjoy. Graham, it looks like you are the only one with sound issues so far, but keep me posted. I'm sorry to see that. And yes, I would love Dwayne to be able to stop some of this mixed and frozen precipitation. It is quite a mess. We might see again on Thursday. And great, Shannon, you can hear me just fine. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. We're on Twitter at Capital Weather, the blog at capitalweathergang.com. Thanks for tuning in. I missed you yesterday because today's one of those rare Monday holidays. So we're doing a Monday holiday edition for our Sunday Sunset Q&A, our weekly chats. I appreciate seeing you all. And to highlight in our forecast, tomorrow's mildness, tomorrow's warmth. Get out maybe and enjoy it, especially if we can clear out some of the clouds tomorrow afternoon. I am missing the sunshine. I know many of you are as well. And breezes are on the table for tomorrow as well, so keep that in mind. That is a component to the change over from clouds, drizzle, rain that's happening tonight. So we're trying to clear out that system tomorrow morning, if at all possible. So keep your fingers crossed. But breezes are kind of the downside potentially for tomorrow as well. And here's the ice we're looking at in the short term. I'm just trying to hit on this again, north and west of town, higher elevations, maybe near Leesburg, Germantown, Frederick, and of course you can see there along the Blue Ridge and the Massanutten, along I-81, you need to be a little bit alert, but it's not a major impact. You can see here most of the area is in limited impacts in the gray here on the winter storm impact severity scale here. So it's just something we want to note. I don't want you to take any massive action or replan your life, but just be aware that this is light to moderate ice accumulation west and north of town over the next overnight hours for tonight. So please be aware if you live in those higher elevations as well. Yes, Kathleen, this weather is a little bit crazy. We are feeling it as well. These are not high confidence storm systems either. Jennifer, hey, you're most kind. Thanks for tuning in. Reston should be okay. I saw a question with Reston should be a little bit too warm for freezing rain. So you should have mainly rain and drizzle in Reston. Christian, thanks for tuning in. And tomorrow, Jeffrey, we've got just a push of warmer air coming up from the south. That's why it's going to be so warm. Ahead of our next storm system, we have southwesterly winds. We've got a weak cold front trying to change our weather tomorrow. But after it does that, you can see up in Ohio, there's a ridge of high pressure coming in from Canada that's trying to push cold air into our region for later Wednesday into Thursday. But it's not there yet. We're enjoying the transition days. The jet stream has not been able to fully move its trough into our region just yet. So try and enjoy the warm air, the warm southerly flow air tomorrow off of the Gulf of Mexico just a little bit. If you're like me, I could use a little bit of sun, a little bit of thaw for just one day. Indeed, Elizabeth, Thursday, will ice be a problem? Yes, let's look at Thursday really quick because I do have a loop here for you. And this starts at approximately 1 a.m. on Thursday and goes to about, I think, early morning hours on Friday. I slowed it down as much as I could, but it could start, the snow, we think, starts to snow late Wednesday night into early Thursday. Of course, stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com. As we get closer, we're trying to really watch this a couple times a day with our confidence hopefully getting better as we get closer. But the ice could lag. The freezing rain, it could end as light freezing rain late Thursday into early Friday. So to your point, there could indeed be some ice problems later Thursday into Friday. Marcia, thanks so much for that compliment. You're very nice. And Jennifer, indeed, very muddy. I agree with you. It's mud season. Christian, yes, the sun later tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed. We might be able to clear it out a little bit while I take some questions and comments. I'm Kendall Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Here is the forecast at a glance for your week. Let me know if you have any questions for our let's see, holiday edition Sunday Sunset Q&A, but this is a holiday Monday edition of our Q&A, weekly Q&A. Good to see you. Christian, yes, the sun, indeed, we talked about that for a second. Teresa, these storms are all so iffy. We're right on the edge. There are many things that we have talked about in the weather enterprise right now, and it could be one of our missing pieces of data to not help the weather models. It's kind of making the weather models a little weaker, a little less confident. Our transatlantic oceanic flights, we don't have the flight data like we used to before the pandemic. That's just one of many variables possible. But also we are living on the edge, which is never a good place to forecast. And right now the storm tracks are just right over us in the DC area, the mid-Atlantic. And even if we had better data going into the weather models to make them higher confidence, we still would have fluctuations of 10 to 50 miles. Believe you me. Marcia, thanks for tuning in. And the wind will not be howling tomorrow, Kit, but I do think it's worth noting we could have a couple gusts, 20, maybe 30 miles an hour. At least the air is warm tomorrow, so keep that in mind. We won't have a crazy wind chill or anything, but do hold on to your hat if you have one for the potential walks we can get in tomorrow while it's a little bit dry, maybe a couple peaks of sunshine, so keep that in mind. Appointment in Silver Spring, when was that? Sorry about the shaking the camera to see. Mary, Thursday noon vaccination appointments. I touched on this earlier. For Thursday vaccination appointments, I'm very nervous. That it's just a bad idea. Allow a lot of extra time if you must. I understand, believe you me, how I would love to get vaccinated one day sooner than later. and you don't want to reschedule, but see if you can reschedule those Thursday vaccination appointments. It is a very moderate to high impact potential for Thursday. We have all potential precipitation types moving into our area from starting potentially late Wednesday night. It is early Thursday morning. It starts to snow, and then you'll see in the purple we have a band of sleet that might move through the area. Details still to be worked out, but the point is the mix of everything, all types of winter precipitation are on the table for Thursday. So go to cwg.news/Thursday mix here in the middle. We've talked all about a deep dive on all the details for Thursday at cwg.news/Thursday mix. And of course, our latest forecast is cwg.news/latest, cwg.news/latest for the latest forecast. And for the latest on the Arctic outbreak in the Southern Plains, go to cwg.news/Texas cold. We've covered that on capitalweathergang.com as well. And of course, follow us on Twitter when you can at Capital Weather. All right, Prince William might have a chance of late opening schools on Thursday. Good to see that question. And Kevin, it looks like return flights might be better on Friday morning, Kevin, as the storm system potentially moves away for that timing. Good question. And let's see, Antoine, you want one real snowstorm? I'm sorry to say this one on Thursday still, despite starting as snow potentially late Wednesday, early Thursday. Mix is on the table for sleet and then maybe freezing rain as it ends early on Friday. David asked if we're getting another ice storm warning on Thursday. It's possible. It's possible. I don't have a good feel. None of the team does for the ice amounts that we're talking about for Thursday, but stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. Winter weather advisory looks pretty much in the bag. Stanley, Hampton Roads area, indeed, we're acting like we're a little further east here in the 95 corridor along DC. And will the extreme cold in Texas and the Midwest come here, Gene? It looks like this weekend does cool down, but it's the last gasp potentially before we warm up. It looks like we warm up into next week. So here it is. Ohio is experiencing some of the trough of low pressure in the jet stream that's associated with that extreme cold in Texas and the Southern Plains. We are very lucky that the jet stream is kind of pulling up some warmer air from the south in the Gulf of Mexico. This is for high temperatures tomorrow. So that cold air does not quite make it here, but I would love to look with you at the medium term. This is going into next week. We have a decent chance of above average temperatures. Even Texas will warm up after this crazy cold. And here, keep in mind the benchmark for average high temperatures do warm up a little bit as we get into next week. When you're looking at that map, for context, above average means on balance for the whole week, we might be above 48 degrees more often than not for high temperature at DCA Airport. And precipitation, looking at next week, kind of have equal chances, no clear signal on whether it might be above average or below average precipitation. So I hope that helps looking out at the medium term for you. All right, and sunset now at 5:45, getting later and later. We won't have a sunrise at 7 a.m. or later until very late September, I believe. So early risers, enjoy your early sunrise. I'm good with the 7 a.m. sunrise. We can stop there, but I want a little more evening lights. I don't know about you. So you'll see me, by the way, on our next subsequent Sunday sunset Q&As later and later. We're going to add a few more minutes of evening light onto every Sunday from here until the summer solstice. So keep that in mind. All right, in the short term, we've got radar moving in with some rain, some ice, light ice, patchy ice north and west of town. That's why we're watching higher elevations, nothing around town. We're good around the Beltway. It looks like we should stay above freezing overnight, but a winter weather advisory for points north and west of town, Leesburg, Germantown, Frederick. Just keep an eye on things. Drive very slowly if you must travel tonight. Some freezing drizzle and patchy freezing rain is possible. And again, we're watching Thursday, and I'll take questions and comments in a second that are rolling in. I want to just reemphasize that late Wednesday night into early Thursday, the next storm system arrives after tonight's storm of rain and some freezing drizzle north and west of town. But here it is, 1 a.m. on Thursday morning. We start to snow potentially. This is just one potential outcome. Keep that in mind. Purple is sleet, and then look at that red move back into the area for freezing rain later on Thursday into early Friday. So please, I'm sorry for the vaccination appointments on Thursday. See if you can reschedule those or allow a ton of extra time where you can drive and even walk to your car very slowly on Thursday. I don't want any slips and falls or car accidents like we saw during the last freezing rain just a few days ago. So here it is, all the material we have on capitalweathergang.com. Let me check your questions and comments. Margaret, we can still hold out for March snow. Yes, I love the optimism. Snow season in DC goes through at least mid-March, honestly, maybe even up to the 25th, potentially. We've had some late March snowflakes around even early April, not accumulating. But yes, keep the hope alive. Amy, any chance for snow next week? It does not look like that is in the cards. We even might have a warming trend that I covered a few minutes ago. I'll try and get to the medium-term forecast in a minute. And Summer, Leslie, not able to answer that this far out. You might as well look for entertainment purposes only at the Farmer's Almanac. So far, the signals don't show anything I can report to you for summer just yet. No correlations yet to report. By the end of this week, we'll have close to 11 hours of daylight. Kit is also focused on that. I am too. Snow, snow, snow. No more ice, says Lee. I agree. And Nui, hey, thanks for tuning in. And Sarah, Winchester, snow totals for Thursday. A couple inches look likely, if not a little bit more. We'll keep you posted on details such as that. It's a great question. At capitalweathergang.com, you can see our latest thinking, at least a 50% chance of an inch of snow for the DC area on Thursday. And maybe even more than that. We have 20% chance of more than that. So here we go. You can go to our Snow Lover Crystal Ball at cwg.news/Thursday Mix. Thursday Mix is the link there, cwg.news/Thursday Mix. And let's see what else. Just keep this in mind. Thursday is looking like a high impact to travel day. Please be careful. And Stacy, indeed, there could be delays on Thursday morning. And Nui, thanks I'm glad you're tuning in for the Snow 411. It looks like a wintry mix on Thursday. And Jill, thanks for tuning in. Really glad that these graphics are working out for you. And yep, snow accumulation is possible. Kelly, on Thursday, a 50% chance or more for 1 inch in the DC area, if not more than that. We'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com. Mount Vernon could see some snow on Thursday morning, Joyce, before the changeover. Dawn is looking forward to snow. 1 inch is possible, Kelly. I just want to keep the expectations very managed. 50% chance of 1 inch or more of accumulation. And Stacy, Baltimore flights look like they could be impacted for Thursday. If you can reroute to coming in later Friday morning, it should be better on Friday. Stacy, so we got to you on the flights. Mary Beth, a foot would be better. I would love a big snow as well. And Cindy, thanks for tuning in. You're kind. And Stacy, hello. And Dawn, hello. And David, you're over winter. Come on, spring. And Friday, the roads look okay by maybe mid-morning is my guess right now, Elizabeth. But please take that with a grain of salt. The team here at capitalweathergang.com will watch that for you. We don't know quite yet when we'll clear out and get some sunshine, we think, by Friday afternoon. Annapolis, Sherry, you were in a lower impact area, but still could see some snow, sleet, and freezing rain for Thursday and Thursday night as well. So Lee, thanks for tuning in. And Andrea, I hope I answered your question, it looks like. Very good. So here it is, forecast at a glance. Enjoy the kind of warmth tomorrow. We could get above 50 degrees. Could see some peaks of sun in the afternoon. And some breeziness is kind of around into tomorrow and tomorrow night as the cooler air kind of seeps southeastward out of Canada toward us, setting the stage for Thursday's wintry mix. It might start as snow late Wednesday into early Thursday. And then we unfortunately are thinking sleet and freezing rain are on the table for later Thursday into Thursday night. But we set up for Friday afternoon, maybe seeing some clearing for a chilly but sunny Saturday with some breeziness and wind chills around. But we warm up, hopefully, into next week if you're looking for another thaw. All right, so again, highlighting tomorrow's high temperatures could be above 50 degrees, looking nice and warm. And the breezes tomorrow are on the table. It could be breezy tomorrow and then again on Saturday. So please keep that in mind as the 2 breezy weeks if that is something you need to plan around. Elizabeth, you're most welcome. And what else do I have for you? The short-term ice impact, I just want to continue to highlight that it's not a huge major concern. As you can see, limited impacts here on the winter storm severity impact scale from the National Weather Service. But higher elevations, even Leesburg, Germantown, Frederick, higher elevations along the I-81 corridor, you could see some patchy light to moderate ice accumulations, as you can see here by the accumulation map at the top. So keep that in mind. North and west of town could see some impacts tonight, and you're under a winter weather advisory as well. We could raise our snow potential index to maybe preliminary thinking is around a 5 later tonight, so stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com and follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather. I'm Camden Walker. We're talking about this active weather week ahead for another minute or less. Any other questions? Thursday is the question, Sharon. I love that. It is looking messy. That is the answer. It starts as snow, and then the sleet in the purple will move in here to the frame shortly. It looks like it's, come on animation. There we go. Late Wednesday night, here it is. Thursday morning could be some heavy snow, and then sleet in the purple. freezing rain as we get into the afternoon there in the red, which is most unwelcome, and then light freezing rain in that light orange, potentially ending late Thursday night into early Friday.